Let me tell you something. Topuria as good as it gets. He is the real deal. And I was wrong. And I have to tell you that because the kid is going to be a star for sure. UFC 298 yesterday, great show. I'm going to talk about every single pick that I have, why I picked that, and what happened on the fight. And also, I will talk about UFC 300 main event. That's the video for today. Let's go to the video. First fight of the main card, Hernandez versus Kopylov. My pick was Hernandez, and I'm going to tell you why. I saw on the internet everybody was talking about Kopylov kicks, and he threw a little bit his kicks on the middle and on the head of Hernandez. Hernandez is not as good as Kopylov on the kickboxing, but like I say, Hernandez very well-rounded. He was shooting for takedowns, he was clinching, and Kopylov is not the best cardio and not the best takedown defense. So Hernandez, he did a great job, better than I expected, like rushing with the punches, putting Kopylov on the cage, the AKA Russian Chase Hooper, and he got the takedown on the first round. He was in the fence, he couldn't capitalize on the takedown, but he kept putting pressure, and then on the second round he got the takedown, he got the submission. And like I say, Kopylov, great kickboxer, but he showed on other fights, on his last fights, that he was not that great on the ground. And Hernandez, like I say on the video, his shape is not the best. He doesn't look like a real athlete, but his cardio is very good. He put pressure on the first round, put pressure on the second round, and got the submission. Was a very good fight, very entertaining fight. The back and forth changes in punches was a good pick, and I had Hernandez by decision, but he got the submission. Merab Dvalishvili versus Henry Cejudo. Let me tell you something. I told you on my Twitter, Merab should at least get 2 takedowns, and I say a lot of people were counting because of Cejudo background on wrestling. Merab will not be able to take him down. What I have to say is grappling in MMA is very different than grappling in like BJJ tournaments or even wrestling, because you have the cage. The rules are completely different. You can set up the takedowns with punches. So you punch, then you feint, then you shoot for takedowns. Merab with a beautiful single leg got Cejudo on his back. He controlled the whole fight. Of course, sai daqui, filha da puta. Não bota isso não. Cejudo, very good wrestler, but I don't think maybe it's the age, but his cardio was not up there with Merab. Merab, high pace, shooting for takedowns. Cejudo got a good punching on Merab on the first round, but other than that, Merab just controlled him. Very good performance. I like it. I thought it was a good performance. I thought it was a good fight. And now, who is going to stop Merab? The problem of Sean O'Malley is not Chito Vera, but will be Merab Dvalishvili. He is the uncrowded champion of the division, like you or not. He's coming off victories over very tough opponents, and after this victory against Cejudo, there is no way UFC deny him the title shot. I had Merab Dvalishvili just because, like I say, grappling in MMA is different. I thought like he is younger, his cardio is better than Cejudo, his pace is insane, and his takedowns, offensive and defense, is very good, and we saw that, and I think that was a good pick. Garry versus Geoff Neal. I pick Garry to win just because he could not afford to lose. That was my take. I was not saying he was better at striking. I was not saying he was better at grappling. I was not seeing the fight because the technical aspects, but because the moral aspect, you know. If Garry had lose the fight, that would be very detrimental for his career. That would be very bad for his career and even his personal life, because there was so much at stake at this fight for Garry, especially with the hate and like the backlash that he's suffering with the fan base in MMA. So I thought there is no way he's going to lose. But let me tell you my opinion. I think it was a close fight. The fight could go either way, but I saw Geoff Neal winning the 2 first rounds. Geoff Neal, he was using the pressure. He was pressuring him against the cage. He was throwing big shots, even though Ian Garry, maybe he landed the better shots, the cleaner shots. He was always fighting backwards. He was, I don't know, he was not looking good to me on the fight. Again, split decision, was not an easy fight to score. My pick was Ian Garry solely on that aspect that I say he could not afford to lose, and in the end of the day, officially, he didn't lose. Tell me what you think. Do you think he lost or he win, and why? Another thing that I want to say is Sal D'Amato gave 30-27 to Ian Garry. Always Sal D'Amato, and that's unacceptable. That was a close fight, but you could not see, definitely the first or the second round were very close, but 30-27 is just insane for that fight, because D'Amato always doing bad judgment. Then we had Hobbit Whittaker versus Paulo Costa, and my first impressions of the fight was Paulo Costa is too big for this division, 185, his upper body too strong, his legs were not looking that strong, and Whittaker was taking advantage of that with the kicks and with the timing. The timing of Hobbit Whittaker yesterday were crazy. The timing, the boxing, the counters, every time Borrachinha was throwing a jab, he was countering with the hook, he was countering with the right, he was doing everything he was supposed to be. On my last video, I had picked Hobbit Whittaker to win against Paulo Costa, just because I thought Paulo Costa is not a guy that tried takedowns. He's too big. Hobbit Whittaker, he doesn't try takedowns either, but I think he's a better boxer. He has more timing, and that was the whole fight. Paulo Costa had a good moment with a spinning back kick on the last seconds of the first round, but other than that, in my opinion, he just got outstriked by Hobbit Whittaker. Very, very impressive performance. Now, probably Hobbit Whittaker will be on the title shot conversation. He beat Paulo Costa. He's on the top 5. Was a great performance. And then we have the main card, and I could not be more wrong. I had Volkanovski, and I will tell you why. Probably I was too biased on that one, because I am a Volkanovski fan, you know, and if we compare the two records, you know, the best opponent so far Topuria had faced before Volkanovski was Josh Emmett. And on the other side, we had Volkanovski fighting Islam Makhachev 2 times, Max Holloway, Jose Aldo, Korean Zombie, Brian Ortega. But let me tell you something, Topuria, as good as he gets, he is the real deal, and I was wrong, and I have to tell you that, because the kid is going to be a star for sure, for sure. Not only because of the knockout, because I was expecting Topuria to win by knockout, and I could say to you guys right now, there was a lucky shot, Volkanovski was winning, but the truth is he was not winning. I was very impressive with Topuria, very impressive to Topuria since the beginning. He's calm. Like, we know he was a great boxer, that everybody knows that. But to be on that stance against Volkanovski, and he was picking the shots, like he was very calm, his head movement was great since the first round, since the beginning of the fight. He looked like he was the champion. Volkanovski, in my opinion, he looked scared since the first round. He was looking scared, he was looking out of his place, and Topuria showed a beautiful performance. I was expecting Volkanovski to try to clinch more, because the guy is young, very good boxer. I was expecting Volkanovski to not shoot right away, because of course he would be defending the takedown, but try to clinch, use the punches to clinch, try a single leg to make Ilia Topuria tired. But we saw Volkanovski, he was having doubts, and I think the way to beat Topuria is with the leg kicks, right? Because it's not gonna be easy, because of course he has a lot of power, his boxing base is amazing, but he is a little bit low to have to generate power, and I thought Volkanovski would use them more, but he was using, the kicks were not that good, and in the end of the day, UFC has a new star. We could talk the whole day about that. Like I say, maybe I was too biased on Volkanovski because I am a fan and because the whole press conference, Topuria was look confident before, but on the fight week he was looking more in doubt. But I don't know, everybody's different. Maybe he was just focusing. In the reality, he showed a lot of confidence since the beginning of the fight, and he just beat one of the best fighters in the world, and he looked like was easy. So we have a new champion in UFC, and I'm looking forward to watch other fights of Topuria, but I hope he didn't stop the division, you know? I want to see him fighting contenders on the 45 before he tries to fight McGregor, but who knows? UFC could try to make the fight with McGregor. Like I say, speak Spanish, Georgian, and the future for Ilia Topuria looks bright. Let me know in the comments what you think. I don't think it was a bad night for me. So I have Hernandez, Merab Dvalishvili, Hobbit, Whittaker, and Volkanovski. So of 4 picks, I lost the most important one. So that's the truth. Even though I had 3 good picks, the Volkanovski pick. But to be honest with you, I don't care. At the time, I was looking to Volkanovski and that made sense, you know, like I say. But now that the fight is over, I just have to say Topuria is the new champion and he is as good as it gets. So congratulations, Topuria. Let me know what you guys think of UFC 298. For me, it was a great card. It was a good show. Even the prelims were good. And we had the announcement of UFC 300 main event. And to be completely honest with you, I didn't like the matchup. Alex Pereira versus Jamahal Hill. Even though I like both guys and I like a lot Pereira style, I don't think that's a main event for UFC 300, but who knows? Definitely is going to be a fun match because Pereira, obvious, a knockout artist, very good striker. Jamahal Hill, the same. So it's going to be a very fun fight to watch. If you ask me, that is UFC 300 main event worth it? I would say no, but again, that is just my opinion. Let me know in the comments what do you think about the video. See you soon, mother.